Okay, this is going to be an update of sorts. There's a lot of discussion on this section right here, um, not only within the groups, but other people who've seen the book. And it talks about the two-prong attack strategy from the Soros Group and the Nike Coalition. To give you, just in case this is your first time watching a video or listening to this, it's sort of like East Coast, West Coast. Soros is East Coast, Nike Coalition is West Coast. Nike Coalition are all businesses with direct ties to China, and China wants white fear and keep pushing the white hate agenda across all mediums, which is what you're seeing right now. And it's not blatant, but it's out there. White hate, straight up, is just the hatred of white Christians, not Catholics. I got to admit that. It's white Protestants. To keep pushing that. That's what they want to push. If you're a white Protestant, you're evil. But that's okay. They can keep doing that. I mean, the section that came up in here is they think that white guilt and the fear of challenging votes. This is the Republicans. Their white guilt and their fear of challenging votes will lead to a victory for Democrats in November. They say they have people working outside the U.S., of course, working for Democratic candidates on ways to manipulate electronic voting machines. One such way is the input of virus. Well, it was discussed, but it came up recently when one of the ladies that works for these media corporation, Facebook, and talked about how these votes came in. Now, in Georgia, there's a video, which, as you can see right here, their whole thing they put out there, whole thing is do not allow orders. That's where their orders came down, not to allow live streaming or it's supposed to be or recording of polling stations. This is the reason why they got caught. They got caught in multiple places. But the suitcases that were under this table in Georgia, people say, oh, the right wing people are saying, oh, this, it's show cheating. Well, it is, straight up. It's just cheating. Okay. They got busted. So it happens. They got busted. I mean, they're going to get busted all over the place because this was. I can tell you what happened I'll give you the short thing, is that what happened was they thought they had it. They compromised Roberts. They got Roberts back in the book. You'll see back in March, I think it was, that at the DNC in New York, they had this celebration where they were yelling, "We got him! We got him! We got him!" And then one of our people said, "What are you talking about?" And the security people said, "Yeah, just be quiet." And then later on, we're told that they'd flipped Roberts. But when I asked later on, did they flip Roberts? And they said he was compromised. Roberts has been compromised. And I said, what kind of compromise? And they said, by security. And that's where it came down that, the security for the SCOTUS people are left-wing liberals. They've been there forever. And they admitted in here. Anyway, back to Georgia. The big scare was that they didn't know if they did have to use any of these. They didn't think they were going to get caught. And if they did, if they controlled the Supreme Court with Roberts, they didn't have anything to worry about. What happened? Ginsburg died. Ginsburg died, which flipped the court. Now, if they would have just kept everything clean, we would have lost. But now it's so blatant. Even our, CNN, which, they get daily orders. They get the news brief. This is the DNC news brief. This is what you do. This is the Facebook. Facebook gets the news brief. The DNC controlled party, the Soros Group, they put out the news briefs. This is what you're going to talk about, no matter how, lie. And the Soros Group and they are using, and as you can see, Facebook's picked it up. They're using the Russian Chinese way of media. We're going to call it a lie, no matter what anybody else says. We're just going to say it's a lie. And the problem we have in the United States is that Yeah, well, and the reason why you're not seeing a whole lot of like local news doing stories on this fraud and everything is because they've been threatened. If you do anything about this, you could lose your sponsors and you could lose your affiliation with the national networks. You could, if you're ABC, Pittsburgh, you could lose your ABC affiliation if you do anything on these elections that's not 100% party line, Democratic Party line. Period. You know. So they're just doing the propaganda kind of thing. We're going to say it, no matter even if it's a lie, it's a blatant lie. We don't care. Just keep watching. We're going to say it. But anyway, these ballots. When they said they were working outside the United States on ways to manipulate electronic voting machines, one of the ways they figured out is that they could create ballots, run them through these machines, which are in China already, because that's where they made, huh? Anyway, they can run these ballots through and make sure they worked, and then pack them up. And what they were called is the oh shit ballots, and they were sent to every place. They were sent to Pennsylvania, they were sent to Michigan, they were sent to Wisconsin, they were sent to North Carolina, they were sent to I don't know if they were sent to Arizona or not. I haven't heard anything about that. Or Nevada. Arizona, Nevada, I'm not 100% sure. I know Georgia, Pennsylvania, North Carolina got them. They got oh shit ballots. Florida got some oh shit ballots. Oh shit ballots are when if it looks like you're going to lose, you have these suitcases with something like you could run 20,000, because these are not, if you look at the ballots that are going through, they're not the thick ballots that you would get. The thicker ballots that you see when you go do yours, that's not what they are. They're small enough they can just go boom, 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 and run them through as fast as you can, and then get rid of them. But they were created in China. They were flown in on a private jet for Facebook, one of Facebook's private jets. I think it was, she didn't, okay, I'm not going to say it was flown in on a Facebook jet because she didn't say that. She said it was flown in, and Facebook people took the ballots from Washington to Georgia. And she said, there's proof. And I said, how's that? She said, the airport security cams, they couldn't do anything about the airport security cams. They tried. They couldn't get access to the airport security cams. They tried to bribe some people at the airport to get them, but they're on the hard drive. So the airport security cams will show those suitcases coming in. And if you look really close, she said, at the suitcase, you can see on the one, you can see how stupid. You can see the airport sticker that came on it when they brought it in. The little thing you put on your luggage, the luggage tag thing, luggage thing you get from the airport, you can see it on there. And she said, God, how stupid are these people? But she goes, one thing, ask them, where are the suitcases? Where are they? Where are the ballots that were in those? And they won't answer you. They'll say, oh, you're just, we're going to say, you're a racist. That's why you have to do them in all black areas. So you get the BLM brides going, is what they're talking about. We're going to make city states. And so if you have to do them in black areas, so you can call them racist. It says right here, verification of a voter ballot is racist. And this was and I've seen it. It was sent out to every single Democratic candidate. And I don't know about every single. I don't know about a Democratic candidate in Minot, North Dakota, or something like that. But or someplace odd. But they were, or like Hawaii doesn't need them. But yeah, I mean, she said you can track it. She knows because she was in on it. These are packed tight. You watch when the ballots come out. She says if you watch really close when the ballots come out, the ballots are poofed. She doesn't think they would fit back into the bags. But where did the ballots go? Where did the bags go? That's the question. Because she says you can tell they're airline luggage bags, and they're meant to be able to pack those things tight, air sealed. many as you can in that thing, so you can get them in there. Those are OSHIT ballots. And there's OSHIT ballots in the other states too, and they go through really fast. And you can, I think she said that in those suitcases you can get about if there was 20 to 25,000 ballots, because they're not the thick ballots like you get. So that's why you have to get them and see them. So if they do a ballot count, just count the ballots, hand count the ballots, you're going to be able to tell they're the wrong ones. They're not going to have signatures. They're good. They're just printed off on a piece. Printed. They're printed. Just so you got to be able to get them. But it'll be interesting to find out what happened to those ballots and what happened to those suitcases. And next time you want to cheat like this, guys, come on, take the luggage tag off. All right. That's all I got for you right now.